Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play King's Bounty Crossworlds with no fair fight. Today will be a special episode because normally this is a playthrough and I've talked a lot about different armies, and today I just want to show you the different armies that I have in mind. They might not all be perfect because we're missing some of the items. We dispatched some of the companions, and when you get rid of a companion you cannot get him back. So for example, building a marauder pirate army is a little bit harder now. On the other hand though, we have been very well mixed with the items that we got. We got certain items not that would work very well in conjunction, but more on that on the armies. Let's show you the first one. The first of the armies is the Goblin Army. Please keep in mind that the Goblin Army has certain prerequisites. For example, you should be able to get Adrenaline to 3, and you should be trying to get Onslaught to 3 as well, because this gives you Adrenaline, and Adrenaline is that one orcs and goblins work on. This army is high damage dealing, very bad at damage taking, and absolutely horrific in resurrecting, because they have basically, except for your spells resurrection, they have no units that can do that in any way. There's some shamans that can do some healing, but not really in great numbers. Please also keep in mind that this blood shamans here, for example, I cannot buy a lot of them. Yes, I could make them with training. So with the Training Institute, as you know, you can use the trophies that you gather if you keep your officer's patent active at all times. Then it sums up with trophies, and the trophies you can use to upgrade units. So you can make normal shamans into blood shamans. So you can get more blood shamans if they're not sold, because not all the units that are available in the game are sold in your game. So keep that in mind as well. This is a very good ranged army because it's got the catapults, it's got the goblins that are ranged fighters. The goblin shamans have some kind of ranged fighting capabilities. The furious goblins can work forward, hit, and then run back. And you might wonder why I took the orcs. That is because of their special ability Commander, which means that they can order a troop to act again and it doesn't end his turn. So that's pretty awesome. All in all, high damage dealing. We have got the sling with extra critical hit chance. We have got the axe of lightning with extra critical hit chance. We don't have any other goblin items, sadly. That's how it is, because the ear only works on orcs, not on goblins. Please keep that in mind. We have, however, this beautiful hero Rakish. There is a bug. When you talk to Rakish, you must do his quest with the kill the frog, and then you need to get the water of life. And if you got all that, you can get him, because when you talk to him after that, there will be 2 answers of goodbye, and if you pick the upper one of those, he will join you. And he makes the little goblins do extra damage against level 5 creatures and catapults 125% base damage. But the important part is, look at the crit chances of these guys. Do you see it? Do you see it? Isn't that beautiful? It is. Not so much of this castle, but you can see what I mean. These guys will be doing really well in combat. They'll be dishing out damage like insane. Let's give you a small example. I will give you the same. We'll always attack the same target so that you get an idea what this army can do, basically. We cannot reach the target at the moment, but what we can do, for example, is just, we could increase our speed by 2, and then we'll be able to hit the enemy really profoundly. So we go here, and then, as you can see, we're not doing that much damage, especially when we miss, and we're taking damage radically fast. This, however, would do tremendous amounts of damage, and he can do that 3 times in a row. Just look at this. Just look at this. Not too shabby, not too shabby. And we can still move forward and do some damage. Maybe not a lot, but some. These guys are ranged fighters as well. We should do something. We have some spells that even out Adrenaline, for example, if we wanted to do that. We could also use the totem. That doesn't work here. Okay, I think the best thing we can do at this point is just let it rain on the suckers. Although our intelligence at the moment is not that high, so we're not doing high damage numbers. However, we're okay. I mean, look at that. We can drive some damage onto them, just to give them a good smacking. And then we'll go forward. And we don't have enough adrenaline to really hit them badly, but it's okay. It's okay. Let it rain on these suckers. Yay! Now, it might seem like we're losing these guys, but I've got a plan. Don't you worry. Oh. Yeah, look at that. 8,000 damage. So these guys got it. In terms of damage potential, they totally got it. Let's hit these guys. And after we've done that, we'll use callback time to get them back to full strength. Shabbat! Isn't that beautiful? It is. We should pile drive them again. Just for the fun of it. However, you will see that our losses are tremendous. I mean, we could fight it out with these guys, but we should give these another turn. And then hit these... Oh, crap. I'm an idiot. Oh, boy. So now he's the only one standing. Let's see what we can do about that. So these guys are pretty tough. However, we can do something against that as well. That doesn't do that much damage, but we can reduce their defenses tremendously. And what else can we do to ruin their little lives? We could do this. This kills a good number. Oh, that did good. That did good. We have no one in range, though. We should wait. He'll be coming to us. Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that beauty. Okay, we missed. Don't care. And he's dead. So that's the goblin army. Look at the losses. The damage potential is okay. And we're getting some goblins, but not enough. Let's try something else. Orcs at your leisure. Same idea, basically. We've got another companion. This gives initiative and speed for the orcs and additional adrenaline. I've chosen the battle axe. That's a relatively simple weapon that gives 20% bonus damage to all enemies or to all units equipped with close combat weapons. And we've got a lot of those. Look at these guys, they don't count. We could take these, but I think the shames are more fun. We've got the ear that drops the cost of the units even more. We've got a lot of physical resistance because these guys will be up in their in the center of the enemy. I mean, look at that. 47% physical resistance, which is not that bad. We have excellent morale. Critical hit chances are okay-ish. I would take the other orcs if I could buy them in bigger numbers. However, I cannot because in this game they're not available to me to buy in greater numbers. Some of them, but not enough. With that being said, let's see how we fare against the same enemy. Okay, again, we have a speed problem, obviously. We'll deal with that the same way that we did. We cannot get over here or through them, sadly, but we could, for example, just teleport forward. Because that is relatively low in cost, and these guys here, they hit like a truck. So let's get him and teleport him here. And yeah, we could provoke an enemy. But there is really no need for that. We could just, you know. Oh boy, look at that. Beautiful hit. And it is not even enough damage to kill one of ours. We should use these to get additional speed. Move through here. We could, for example, do this. That should do really good damage. We're not using this because that would, I think, actually weaken our guys. Yeah, we just do this. Oh yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. We cannot use our highest at the moment because that is not available to us. Because the highest skill needs, I think, a little bit more than that. How much damage would we do? Considerable. I mean, just look at that. That will hit like a truck. Beautiful. And everyone's dead. We can use this to deal some real smacking. And yeah. Let's smack him good, shall we? We could use the totem just to make them angry. We cannot really use these guys because we've got no gobos. We could hit this guy. The question is, well, what? We can go here and then just crush into them with the yell. Beautiful. Again, we have the problem that the healing capabilities of these units are terrifyingly low. We're not taking that much damage, however. Simply because we're hitting so hard that there is no one left. We heal these, and then we do a full heal on those. And then we just, you know... Oh, we could just Fiery Phantom them, but I think the dive is okay. So they hit pretty hard. Look at that, 10,000 damage. Yeah, try to do that. And in comparison to that, we're taking relatively little damage. This should do tremendous amounts normally, because we've got a lot of orcs. But apparently it does not. However, this should. And... number of shamans. Yeah, well, okay, but 18,000 damage. Oh, beautiful. These orcs, I tell you. They know the drill. Now, we could cast heal 2 times on them. We still got the mana. And the question is, whom do we want to hit real hard? Okay, I think these guys are not really the problem. Let's hit them. Can we do this again? It's not doing that much damage, but it is. And it's for free, so I'll take it. Okay, there's nothing we can do. We could, however, do this. And then just slug him. Oh boy, 13,000 damage. And he's going after the wrong target, that idiot. We cannot heal these, but we can. There's nothing we can heal. We didn't have any losses. Boy, this guy's hit hard. Look at this. Look at this. No losses. And we just murdered everyone. So that is orcs for you. Not that bad, isn't it? We got so many odds bet that we even have too many to command. See you with the next army. And here we go, the undead, of course, led by Moro the Dark. Please keep in mind that Moro the Dark will be even more effective if his darkness power decreases, so that he becomes a good one. Then he gives you an item that will allow your Black Knights, I think, to double attack. We've equipped the Ring of the Vampires. We could theoretically switch the ghosts in for vampires. I personally like ghosts because with our equipment, they've got an 87% physical resistance because they've got 50% from the start. And the vampires are not that capable. And I don't have enough vampires, by the way. I should make more vampires. But besides that, the ghosts are in full swing. Well, nearly full swing, that is. Got a lot of necromancers, black knights, bone dragons. Look at these beauties. We've got the staff of necromancy in combination with the helmet of black. So that's the reason these guys are so cheap. I mean, leadership under 100 points for that killing machine. That is just insane. Please keep in mind that these rings are not as powerful as they are. 20% bonus 2 times should lead to a lot more health than this. Unless I have anything with me that actually reduces their health. But I wouldn't know of that. Because what item could reduce the overall health? Because it says plus 20% health to the vampire and not minus. But things aside, if you've got any questions to the armies, with the Orcs was obvious onslaught and adrenaline. With the undead, we take the power of darkness because undead attack 7 and plus 2 to initiative is outstanding. Please keep in mind that this army has very, 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 did I say very limited capabilities in terms of resurrection. What we can, however, do in beautiful numbers is shackle people to the ground. Because, believe it or not, we can make copies of the necromancers. And that is the best, the literally, in my eyes, best use of their abilities. Okay, we should definitely take these treasure chests, because if we don't, bad things will happen. We have to shackle everyone who is theoretically capable of doing something stupid, like activating super moves or anything like that. We don't want that to happen. We, however, should absolutely super move, super cruise. There's nothing we can do at the moment, so let's just go at them. Woohoo! Hey, they can move, they can shoot a bit, but that's okay. Ow, that was a lot of damage. That's the first dragon that we lost. But that's okay. We should hold our horses with this guy here. Just take the blames, take the damage. Maybe even attack this guy to make the undead knight capable of doing a lot of damage. And then we just fire right in the hunch. We're not doing that much damage, but it's okay. Let's make this guy regret his decision. We could go after him, yes, but I think it's more useful to get this guy rolling. You see, we're not taking a lot of damage and we're losing control of our own units simply because we killed so many of them. So, Mr. Black Knight, show him how it's done. Yeah, I couldn't even counterattack. So, you will... Yeah, we could turn back time. And I think we should. Oh, they're going after the copies. These geniuses. Fine by me. Okay, you take... No. We cast turn back time on these. Beautiful, and they're at full strength again. Okay, you just hit him and take his counterattack away, which is beautiful. We could, should, not. No, no, no. Yeah, maybe, no, no. These guys, nah, that's not helping us. We cannot resurrect the bone dragons. There is no way we can save them. The question is, what can we do? We can rise these guys. It's not a lot of skeletons, but it will help some. We go here and ruin their lives. Well, that wasn't really useful, was it? Okay, we need to keep these guys under control. So what we'll do, even though it sounds crazy, is make a phantom out of these. Oh, they're not mine, so I cannot make phantoms. Okay, then I'll make a phantom of you. That will do the same, at least partially. And hit these guys hard. That will hopefully... No, it didn't get my people back. Ah, shoosh. We're still not back in control. Boy, what's going on here? Can we do it? We're losing too many bone dragons. Yeah, you're not mine, so I don't care. Beautiful shot. Look at the total damage number. It's impressive. Okay, you take his counterattack away. Good work. We're back under control! Beautiful! The problem is, as soon as we hit someone, we'll be out of control again. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I missed. Yeah, that's a problem with this ghost thing is. Nice try, but useless. I will dragon dive. And we're not yet back in control, are we? We can, however, move here and just fire these guys, and that should give us back control after on our units. Beautiful. You will kill these. Excellent. You... I think that might be a little bit too many. We'll see. Can you smack this guy real hard? Thank you, sir. Oh, that was bad. So we won, but you see the losses. So maybe vampires is the safer way to fight. But all in all, you see the damage potential, which is quite nice. Quite nice, quite nice. Please keep in mind that the Astral Protection is there. And the poison protection is excellent. So that is the undead army. I think it would make more sense to play them this way if I can find enough normal vampires to buy, that is. Because easier to control than ghosts. And nice that I could show you that to you. So next army, please. And here we are with the demonic bunch. As you can see, we're wearing the full demonic set, the Whip of Pain for the demonesses and for extra fire damage. And we have the Demetrius class 3 so that the demons are even more cheap. We have an excellent fire protection all over the damned board. I mean, look at this, 95%. I could even put down these items and fire protection will still be excellent. Skill, I've taken Revenge because the 20% extra hit chance when counterattacking. And these two guys are counterattacking like insane. You could change one of the fire guys in for a Demologist to keep your losses low, because the Demologist obviously can replenish people with his life stealing. And Akvaris is a Demon Playboy, but 100 base attack of Demonesses and Fairy Lakes. He can take control over units, however, I would not do that if I were you, because then you don't control them. And that's the basic idea, isn't it? So you're playing. This is a tactics game. Well, leaving control of your units to someone else's tactic as well, but not the tactic I prefer. Now, how does this work, actually? The trick is relatively simple. First thing you do is you oil mist them into oblivion. Then you go a little bit forward and you throw your first fireball. which is nice. And then you change his position with... good question. With him. Then you could just, you know, hit them like crazy, but you leave that to the big guy. So you're just throwing fireballs all over the place. Then you pick out your big chopper. And by the way, our critical range is also quite well. In my eyes, at least. And... well, we can do some lava cultures to, you know, increase the situation at this point. We could protect our guy a little bit, but we should not, because there is a trick I want to show you. And then we'll hit this guy like a truck. And he's not even able to kill one of our people. Well, he can kill those, but in the end, who cares? And we'll be killing people left and right. We can pain mirror him. Nice. Look at that. And he's just now in the enemy formation, killing everyone left, right, and center. 20,000 damage, ladies and gentlemen. Did you see that? I think you did. We get this guy moving into our direction, which is nice. Now, just to show you the overall damage potential that is possible. Let's give him a swing. 8,000 damage. Not too shabby. Yeah, we could throw fireballs, but we can also just, you know, kick him in the nuts. So I really want to show you something. Now, let's assume that our guy here was hit pretty bad. That our demon was mortally wounded because everyone struck him at the same time. Then we just do turn back time. And he's back home and in perfect shape. Beautiful. Beautiful. And guess what? We're on the move again. And now we just call in some demons. Because we can. We could even throw fireballs because our fire resistance is so high that we are not even caring for that. Now, just to show you another potential, something that this army cannot do, please keep that in mind. Our resurrection capabilities are limited. Limited. We can resurrect these guys. Well, I think we can do that even cheaper. Like this. And then we, you know, would resurrect these guys. We cannot really cast on these guys. We can walk a little bit forward, but we don't have the action points to go all the way. That is sad, but that's the case. We don't care for the Cerberuses. They're not our units to begin with, so we don't care. We should wait until the Cerberuses has used up their counterattack. Let's do something for morale and initiative. Beautiful. And you will just, you know, hack them to pieces. Oh, that wasn't that great. Okay, let's move around a little bit. Oh boy, that guy's fast. Well, I want to show you something else, do I? 8,000 damage. So that's the demon army for you. Quite hard-hitting, isn't it? I mean, honestly. Is that great or is that great? Look at this. Look at this. Sadly, we're not a warrior. If we were a warrior, we could wear the last missing weapon, which is... where is it? I'm blind. The Bow of 1,000 Souls, because then they would all have +1 initiative and +1 moral. Please, if you're playing this in the highest difficulty level, don't use the demon, archdemon, because if you do, his main ability, which is halving the enemy, is not working, because that only works if the leadership of the enemy is lower than yours, and normally it is. Well, the leadership of the troop that you attack is lower than yours, or that of your archdemons, and that is normally not the case in higher difficulty levels, so that special ability is not that useful. Yes, there is an armband that you can wear that will give you 10 mana whenever someone will teleport, but yeah, is that worth it? I don't think so. Well, let's see what else we got. Well, quite obvious, the lizardmen. Willie, my son, loves lizardmen. I don't. We've got some lizardman island, the items, the singing dangers, the scaly bracelet. With overall the skill taken, Persuasion 3, which gives you +1 to morale of lizardmen. We've got some damage abilities and tactics foremost so that we can get closer to the enemy. All in all, that is a very special army. It doesn't always work that well, mainly because, for example, the Tyrannosaur only can make people unhappy that are frightened, damaged, that are lower leadership than he is. And yeah, that's kind of not really the case very often. But that's how it is for the moment. So let's start combat. Let's open up with some haste. And while this is fun, I think we'll just pike through these. Yeah, that's not a bad ability. You can pierce through many people. We could use that to produce even more of these, but I personally think that a direct assault is always the most fun. And look at the damage, it's quite great. Now, as I mentioned, our main ability isn't working that well because the roaring here is not working on most of the enemies because they're too high in leadership. Well, I can do some roaring just to show it off. Yeah. Like more than Medicore, isn't it? But sadly not more than that. We can order these guys to make a round strike. But that's not that impressive. At least I don't see it that way. And then we'll... Oh, crap. I didn't want to do that. I want to do the other thing. Ah, well, that's how it is. Okay, let's... fire rain them just because we can. Yeah, they cannot move forward. The only guys that can actually shoot are these. Oh, well, he can because he can move. Okay, my bad. Yeah, not the cleverest idea, sir. 12,000 damage, which is good. Now he will strike and then we'll do something totally insane. We'll turn back time for these guys. But before we do that, we should do something else. And that is make this guy helpless. Okay. He can create skeletons. Does that make any sense? No, it does not. But that's not the point. Let's turn back time with these guys. And here they are, back in action. We should use something to reduce the overall number of super orcs, orc veterans, because they're really hard-hitting. Like, insanely hard-hitting. You might have noticed that there is no Lizardman hero. At least I know of none. That damage potential is quite beautiful. So far we're okay. Very bad idea. Okay. Yeah, why not? Just, you know, hit them hard. Whenever you do this cruising stuff, this flying and then piking stuff, you do critical as far as I know. So, Medicore losses, but overall okay-ish. Lizardmen need some training, need some handling. They're not as bad as the orcs in terms of handling because they don't use adrenaline, but they're special. That is special. This army simply is special. Just because I'm a mage, some mages to show off, a mage army works of course differently than others. This is just built on intellect. So as much intellect and as much fire spells as possible. We could go for lightning, but which would make the most sense is just to show off. Let's just use this to show off. We could use... Where are the weapons? Oh, damn it. Where is my weapon? My weapon of choice. I don't find it. Maybe I sold it accidentally. It's the crossbow of firebolt thingies. That would enable us to do 50% more damage with our fire arrow. Please remind, this is the small spell. So here we are. Normally we would cast something really insane, something really outrageous, but we'll start off with a small group of fish, followed by a really big black hole. Look at the total damage. I mean, this is insane. This is insane. Just to show off, this would Armageddon do. This would the Death Star do, and this is the black hole. So that is a mage army, basically. It's just ruining people on unspeakable levels. We could rise dead for some ghosts, but that is really not necessary. We can just fire in the middle of them and kill a lot of people. We do the fighting trance thing, and then we can fire at anyone and just ruin lives. The chances of getting critical are almost 100% now. Yeah, get some demons on the road. That's a very bad idea. So what we should do now is fire through the entire bunch. We'll kill some demons, but we'll do a lot of damage, hopefully. This army is relatively okay when it comes to regeneration or healing because of the demologists. They can do that pretty well. We can create a lot of units on the field. We can summon bears. I mean, look at the sheer number of bears we can call for help. But we've got 2 units with AoE damage. So the druids and the necromancers do AoE damage, which is insanely good. We can now raise troops all over the field like this. Shabbats. We can just move back and shoot these guys into oblivion, which is beautiful. Can just move a little bit forward and take these guys out, or just use our newfound abilities to regain some health, even though we don't really need it. And these guys can resurrect as well. Not as much because we're not that big on runes, but we can. And we can even summon more troops to the field. So we can summon with the archmages, we can summon more or less with the necromancers, we can summon with the druids, we can summon with the demologists. So we really have a lot going on here. And while you might say that the total firepower isn't that high compared to what others can do, I think it's pretty okay. I mean, we're killing all these people with basically no problem. And we can, when you look at our fire arrow, does 3000 damage. And when we do this now, it would do, well, it doesn't see that, but it's 240% damage on the, oh, what's it called? Pain Mirror. We're doing extra fire damage, so for example, the Fiery Rain is 6000 damage by only 22 mana. That is insanely good. Of course, our damage potential is limited by the fact that we only got attack 9. But you get the point. I think you get the point of this army. Like, shabam. Please remind, this doesn't work much on bosses because most bosses have immunity to magic damage. See you all with the next one. And here we are with the Bandit Pirate Army. Please keep in mind that this, of course, is not the right hero for that. It works because double damage against undead and demons works with every army, but this should be your starting companion. The first one you'll find the pirate guy, because that will increase the movement of all your pirate and marauder units. Besides that, I mean, just look at the attack values. Remember, these are level 3 to level 1 creatures. Look at the attack values just because of the items. We're not even varying all the items that are suitable for this. We're not wearing the pirate flag, for example, that we have, I think, 2 times even, yeah, with +3 attack to all pirates. So that would also do quite well. This reduces the overall costs. And there is more than one item that can do that, in fact, so you can get them really, really cheap. In combination with the jackboots, and there are other items that I do not have in this playthrough that will enable you to do even better with pirates and marauders. And since the marauders can give you extra coin by searching corpses, and the pirate ghosts will get you additional chests, and the pirates themselves will give you additional coin. This is quite powerful. This is a quite powerful army, if you ask me. So, let's begin combat and let's show what these guys can do. Well, first of all, we must increase our speed because we're not able to enter the enemy right now. However, if we use this, first this, then go here, and then do a good old strike. Beautiful. And we must be a little bit careful not to get caught in the act, so to speak. But yeah, why not? Let's go here and then go full bahunkus and show you what these guys can do if you do it the right way. Oh, perfect, but I mean, 11,000 damage. Yes, we're taking a lot of damage, but trust me, this is still totally nice and fine. And down they go. Now we could even go further than that, but I don't think we have to. We can just take this and slam them like hell. Beautiful. Now, we are not able to reach the enemy, but these guys can just teleport. And when they've got teleported, they can strike home like professionals. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, we're taking a lot of damage. This unit, this pirate robber army, is not that effective when it comes to taking damage. But they're really good at dealing damage. I mean, just look at the sheer amount of firepower these guys bring to the table. It is magnificent to behold. The healing, however, is not so magnificent because you can see you're not healing even close to what these guys lose in battle. We can do that with relative safety because we have a good resistance, so they're not killing a lot. Oh boy. Yeah, the poison does a lot here. But our damage is just insane. When you look at how much damage these guys do, they can easily keep up with the orcs or anyone else for that matter. However, as I mentioned, the capability of staying alive is terrifyingly bad. However, these guys are easy to replenish because they don't cost an arm and a leg. I mean, not even close. And they're swift. Really, really swift. With that being said, a good army for making money if you fight easier targets. A good army for dealing a lot of damage. However, while they're still effective against bosses, the problem is that they don't have the staying power for a boss fight. Well, on to the next one. And here we go with dwarves. This is not the normal dwarven army. A normal dwarven army would consist a little bit, I think, more than like this, for example. But as I have the items, not the items for the pure dwarf build, but I've got the items for the droid build nearly. We're missing one item, the optimization module, which would be far, far better, but we take what we have. There is a dwarf, however, he is better for ranged troops. And not so much for close combat specialists. We have increased our resistance and our cautious because this is an army that can take the first round to the face and still fight. They don't have the staying power in terms of regeneration or healing, but they have the staying power of sending other people to die, of the robots, and just, you know, do a lot of damage themselves. So first things first, we just anchor this guy and put him in. And then he gets damaged like a lot. And we're not taking that much damage ourselves because our physical resistance is astonishing. We should, however, keep in mind, where is it? All neighboring troops will be poisoned. Beautiful. Isn't that great? Okay, let's get them a good old smacking like professionals. Although we don't have the items for it, this of course always works. First doing this, and then raining like fire on them. Beautiful. Now we cannot really fire on them because we're in the wrong position for that. But we can blind everyone basically. So we should get closer. And hopping would wake everyone up, so we're not doing that. However, we are firing. And the damage potential is okay. Everybody's like burning. These guys, they're no longer blinded, but the blinding grenade is excellent. Look at the damage. It is close to the Marauders of the last army. So no problem here. Let's jump. Yeah, not that great, but great enough. Great enough, I tell you. We could reduce his defenses, of course. But I think it would make more sense to reduce them by magic. And then hit them really hard. Yeah, you're doing your best, I'm sure. So, we want to throw fire at these guys. They're not dead yet, but we're not done yet, are we? No, we're certainly not. So, with that being said, let's do a lava coal because that is fire damage and we'll do extra damage to these guys as well. We could prolong the fight a little bit just to get more healing on the road. Which of course is not possible at this point. But nevertheless, we still have a lot of mana. We can do this. Oh, not possible. Okay, heal these or heal these. We should have repaired our robots. Because now we have losses with the robots. But as you can see, it's quick, it's decisive. This army knows how to deal damage. We're not using most of the dwarven items that we have. We have the helmet, we have the driller, we have the 2 hammers of the dwarves. So that would be additional 6 attacks, so 12 in total. Let's just say we have a warrior, and we could vary far different items than we are at the moment. With that being said, let's go on to the next army. And here is a classic, the old dragon army. Of course, we're missing the bone dragon. But these things count as dragons, at least the dragonflies do so. The lake dragonflies not so much. The point is, we've got this item here, +1 morale, and then there is the voice of the dragon. If you bring that to maximum level, it increases the dragons and all animals, well, dragons are not animals, but animals and dragons, +2 to the morale. Isn't that beautiful? With that being said, doesn't work on these guys because they're immune to everything, basically. We're not having all the right items to do that. And if we had the amulet of the red dragons, we would pay even less leadership for the dragons. For the red dragons, we had just more of those. There is one thing you should keep an eye on, and that is I'm wearing a lot of items that increase my fire damage. Well, but don't do the Armageddon thing with Black Dragons and Armageddon, because that only works in Heroes of Might and Magic. That doesn't work here. Dragons will take damage from Armageddon because that is here not fire damage, as it says, it is astral damage. That means it kills dragons, like black holes, for example. So, yeah, and you have to be really, really careful with that. With that being said, we will, of course, cast our spell here to do extra fire damage, which is always a good thing to do. Let's breathe fire into them. Just look at the damage potential. This is insane. We could go here and then just breathe fire through them. However, what we should do, very, very important, is deal with these guys. But we cannot do that at this point because we have no place to move. Let me show you something, just so that you see what it is possible. Where do I have it? Increase our defenses. This is all resistances increased by 49%. Our physical resistance is already... Oh, this is only 22. Okay, so he needs that. He really needs that. Yeah, we could do the fire lane, but we don't have to because this is more than enough to deal with them. We cannot reach the target. We can, however, get this. We cannot go here and grab them, but we can go here and grab these guys. And in order to keep the enemy at bay, we'll do this. Doesn't look like much, but it will stop him from moving and take his movement off, which is beautiful. I really hate the wall. Nice work, although useless. We're not capable of reaching the enemy at this point. Oh, we are. Nice, let's do that. We can turn back time if we got any losses. Oh, look at that. We got plenty of losses. Yeah, they're not capable of dealing any damage to us, except for the poor dragonflies. And that will not be the problem, because... Let's see what we can do about the Mirror of Pain. Doesn't do a lot. So let's cast... you know what? Let's do a stone skin on these, just to show you the difference. And then cast turn back time on our poor little fellas here. And they're all back in perfect health. Isn't that beautiful? I think we're wounded, but we're not badly wounded. So I will send him here to breathe some light into the scene. Beautiful. I want you to go over here. I would have made more sense to do this, right? Because he can shield the black dragon. We hold our position. That was bad because he might hit the black dragon, yeah, and kill one. That was unfortunate. Oh, he killed two. How bad is that? Okay, we go in the middle of this and get them. 85 damage, that is because our defenses are sky high. I mean, look at that, 112. Insane. We can, however, not replenish the black dragons, which is a shame. And we're not doing a lot of damage with the Pain Mirror because this army basically keeps you from doing that. We can, however, make him helpless and then make him oil misty and then step a little back and breathe some light into him. And he can go here and have even more fun with them. And you, little one. Oh, that was unfortunate. I cannot even reach these guys. Yeah, you will do nothing. As expected. Well, the loss of the two black dragons is bad, but that is simply because of this horrific guys. Let's try to keep our costs low. Can we do some resurrection, please? Well, the loss of the dragons is bad, but you cannot pimp black dragons. They're as good as they are. You can do something with the items, but that's basically it. Dragon army for you. Quite nice, quite fast, very maneuverable, great fun. You can pimp up these dragons with spells to insane defensive so that they're even harder, far harder to kill than the black dragon. Because if you cast Stone Skin and Heavenly Armor on this guy, he will go through the roof with his defenses. With that being said, let's look on. And here we are with, well, it's a circling army, we would say, we were playing StarCraft. It's just a lot of small guys with items. I mean, this doesn't really work here. That is ridiculous, not the right item. That was another idea I was pursuing. Good question, good question. What type is that? It is a shield or gloves, but we don't have good shield or gloves. That's the problem. Our gloves are terrifying. I think this is the best we can do at this point, so we'll do that. And let's go in guns blazing. We're also wearing the spider. Where is it? The spider jade belt, because we've got nothing better. But we can build an army of spiders, and they would do even more damage than this. So let's make ourselves fast as lightning. And then let's make ourselves blessed. Oh, it doesn't work because I don't have enough crystals. But, well, in the end, who cares? Let's just see for the pure damage potential, which should be insane if we do criticals, which we do not. Great. He cannot come close enough, but that's not a problem because we've got teleportation. And this works wonders in this army. Bite the guy. Ooh, 14,000 damage, ladies and gentlemen. If that isn't great, I don't know. Yeah, don't wonder about the damage. That is not the problem. We can turn back time and everyone will be happy. So, we'll hold our horses. We'll buckle up and teach them a lesson as well. 16,000. Just look at the pure damage potential. It is insane. 10,000. Yeah, we're taking some losses here, especially with the green ones and with the red ones, but we'll deal with that in a second, as you will see. So we will do turn back time on these. And hop. And hop. Oh, 13,000. Insane. Everything's alright. Don't worry. Don't panic. We got this. A few criticals would be really, really nice now. But, well, you cannot have everything, can you? I think we can. 17,000 damage. But please keep one thing in mind. Even though these damage numbers seem to be insane, they're only insane because the defense of our enemy is terrifyingly bad. If the enemy has any defenses to speak of, like he's supported by a hero or it's a boss monster, we will not do even close to this amount of damage. Like, no. I forgot something. We should have cast Pain Mirror on this guy. We would have done wonders, but that's how it is. So, well, that's just 20,000 damage. Again, only because we have so low damage, low defense enemies. So that's a swarming armor for me. Can be effective if you're playing a fighter and you only cast turn back time each turn, if you've got the mana for that. I didn't spend any runes, so you can do extra and better with runes, but that's just of the idea of a small army of nerds. So let's show you something more Vikingish. And here we go. Well, this army is built on melee, as you can see. It's just a bunch of axe and sword wielding maniacs. Equipped with the right items, these guys can go berserk and can do damage beyond imagination, at least for a mage standard. Please keep in mind these are mages. So, this is a mage character, so a warrior would do 3 to 4 times what they do. With that being said, let's haste, let's boost, and let's go shopping on these guys, shall we? Beautiful. Yeah, getting them to battle will be hard, but we'll be doing our best. The problem is these guys are totally out of control. So they might even crush into the enemy or crush into our own traps if we're not careful, which we of course should be. With that being said, let's teleport our Insaniac into the battlefield like this guy. Oh, just give me a second. Like this guy, just, you know, teleport him here. And you will just go forward and grab stuff. Thank you. Please remember that these guys here are always totally berserk, so they will never do what you tell them to do because they're nuts. No idea what this guy's up to. Look at that, 20,000 damage, 14,000 damage. And he's not really nuts by now. If we go here... So, should we really do that just for show? Let's move around. $7,000 damage for you. 8,000. Let's do a little turn back time so that they're unharmed. And let this guy go totally toe-to-toe. 9,000. Yeah, was dreaming of a little bit more, but there you go. Yeah, this guy is also killing everyone left, right, and center because that's what he's good at. Look at the damage. This is insane. I think with the small resurrection and a big resurrection, we should be pretty close to perfect. Haha. Oh, he missed. Damn it. And there he goes. Come on. Down he goes. So that's the Axe army for you. Not perfect because we're not a warrior. With a warrior we had one more weapon and can, for example, equip a weapon that ignores physical resistance or anything like that. When it comes to skills, it's mainly on attack. In my eyes. And this for more attack and defense. If we had more runes, we can do better, but that is what we have. When you look at the critical chances, they are not that sky high, but that's the best we can do with this character. Remember, this is a mage, not a fighter. Which brings us to the last. And here it is, the Ranger army, or the Bowman army. There are a lot of ranged fighters. Please remember that not every ranged fighter is an archer. And some of the weapons, or most of the weapons, specifically ask for arches. This works on more than just people with arrows, but this, for example, only works on people with arrows. So keep that in mind. We have 2 times the Elven Crown. That is not really necessary. And you see that we have a moral problem with the undead. If we, for example, would change that in, everyone will be a lot more happy. The question is, why are they not happy? Give me a second. You should be more than happy. No bonuses. What? Excuse me? Persuasion? Humans receive a moral boost? Yeah, it should be, but it is not. But nevertheless, I'll show you what these guys can do. Normally I would take, even though it ruins morale, I would take the archers in because they can do absolutely insane stuff. But just for the show, as it comes to skills, please keep in mind that you need to quick draw for the attack bonus and the initiative bonus, because these guys get really, really fast if you've got that. With that being said, how does this army work? Well, first things first, we'll do precision on everyone. And then we'll just, you know, shoot them to smithereens. That's basically what we do. Don't shoot at archers, at skeletons, because that's not how this army works. So we go a little bit forward and then we'll double shoot these guys. The problem is that they are too slow, so they cannot really shine with this ability. But we will do extra damage now against everyone. With that being said, what can we do to really make this hurt? We could black hole them, which is an idea. I should have cast something else first, but that's how it is. Okay, let's take these out of the equation. And fun fact, we will give these guys another turn and then advance forward. However, we should make sure that no one uses... Well, we cannot keep them from using that, can we? We could put the mana accelerator here and take that treasure chest. That means that they can take it. And that's a pretty good plan, because otherwise they will just teleport there. Oh, we've been fired upon. Oh, bad. Haha, idiot. Okay, we have another turn of fire. Let's use that. Look at the damage. Just look at the sheer damage potential. This is nuts. I'm not even using my full potential, but we're always hitting critical now. That is the fun part. We'll use her to do maximum damage on these guys, which works pretty well. They can't do anything. And what else can we do? I think we'll do a little bit of this, just to ruin the overall flare. Beautiful. We can still cast one spell, and we should keep that spell together, at least for the moment. I mean, just look at the damage potential. This is insane. Everyone is hitting her. Nobody's getting it, because the clue is, as always, turn back time. And yeah, we had losses. No, we don't, because the Paladin has two abilities. For one, he grants one of our units an extra turn, which means he's basically an archer unit. We cannot take two types of hunters with it, or two groups of hunters with it, because the leadership is restricted to one type of unit. So we can have 180 hunters, either two sets of 90 or one set of 180. But a Paladin has the ability to give one unit extra move every 3 turns. That means he counts basically as 1/3 archer, or hunter in this case. Yeah, let's ruin some lives here. We could even make this messier for them by just nah, we just blind them. I mean, let's be honest. Let's not overdo things. These are skeletons. This army is not that good at collecting treasures. Please keep that in mind, because that is not what they've been built for. But they will do okay. I mean, look at that. We're just killing people by doves. No losses. That is the Archers army. I really like the Archers army because it's my playstyle. But tell me what you think. And we'll see each other next time when you have voted or told me in the comments what you want to see. I personally would go for the Archers. See you all next time. Bye.